by my channel today. If you're new, welcome. I'm Laurie and I'm super excited because this is the first time that I have been tagged in a Q&A. I was tagged by Brandi Weig. After you watch this video, make sure you get on over and check her out, and I'll definitely have that link below in my description. So the first question is, what is your favorite Halloween movie? So I had to kind of think long and hard about this one, only because I've seen so many of them. So it's like, I don't know, let's see. My first thought was The Nightmare Before Christmas because, I don't know, it's just kind of really different. But then I remembered back to my absolute 100% favorite Halloween movie of all time. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Many years ago when I was little, like way back in, I would say like the 60s, you couldn't speak into a remote and automatically get a movie, or you couldn't buy a video. So we waited all year long for those Charlie Brown specials to come out. I remember being at school and all the kids were like, I can't wait for it to come on TV. And so all of us were glued to the TVs. I think it was like 7:30 on a Tuesday night. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna go with. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Apple pie or pumpkin pie? This was actually super easy for me because I got a killer recipe from my grandmother years ago, and I made her apple pie and she gave me like a 2 thumbs up and told me it was wonderful. My grandfather actually told me that it was as good as my grandmother's, so I took that as a huge compliment. So I'm definitely gonna say apple pie on this one. And also, like, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes like the texture of that pumpkin pie kind of freaks me out. I don't know why, because it smells really good and it looks really good, but I don't know, sometimes that texture, just not exactly what I want. So I'm gonna go with the apple pie and vanilla ice cream. The next question is Halloween party or haunted places? I would pick haunted places because I've actually had 2 experiences in my life. Both of them like came out of nowhere. I never expected it. Since my early 20s, I've never had another experience. The first one, I was at my grandmother's old Victorian home. Everyone had gone to a funeral, and I said, you know what, I'll go to the house and I'll set up all the food. Like I said, it was 18. So I went to the house. I mean, it was kind of known that it was haunted. Never felt comfortable in that house. You never liked to go up the stairs to like use the bathroom or anything because you always felt like somebody was with you. I was downstairs setting up the meal for everyone to come back from the funeral. I felt like somebody was behind me. Yeah, like you just kind of want to like look, see if someone's behind you, but I knew no one was in the house. It was all by myself. So I just kind of finished up, but I had that like creepy feeling or whatever. And then all of a sudden I was freezing cold. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's something weird about this because it was warm outside and the house was comfortable. And then shortly thereafter, I kind of got that feeling like, okay, something's going on, and I got a crazy pounding migraine. So I headed out and I sat on the porch, waited for everyone to come back, and yeah, so that was my first experience. My second experience, I was in my early 20s and I was at my sister-in-law's house. Sadly, she's no longer with us. They always talked about the house being haunted, but honestly, I just never really gave it a thought. They were all outside and she had a guinea pig, so I decided to pick some grass, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go in and give the guinea pig some food. So when you stepped into her house, you had to take an immediate left, and that would take you through the dining room and then into the parlor, and that's where the guinea pig was. So I took the left, I took about 2 steps, and then honestly, I felt like some big thing that just kind of put like a cape around me or something. I got really, really cold, and I kind of had that same feeling that I had at my grandmother's house. So I was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. It was like my feet were in quicksand, but I saw the guinea pig and I just felt like I couldn't really walk, but I walked over, I opened the cage. I mean, honestly, I think I was almost hyperventilating because I was like slightly panicking. I gave the guinea pig the grass, and then I stood there and I was like, I don't know if I can turn around. And back then they didn't have cell phones or anything, and no one was near me. So it was like, oh my gosh, you're on your own, Laurie. What are you gonna do? So I got up all the courage that I could get up, and I kind of basically just turned myself around. I didn't know what I was going to see, but I still had that feeling of something like like just all around me. And I just like hightailed it out of there. I mean, I felt like it took me a million years. My feet were like in quicksand. I could barely walk. I got to the door and I went outside, and honestly, it was just like, I could breathe, and it was light, and that heaviness was gone. So I did have 2 experiences. So that, my long explanation, is why I would like to go to haunted places, because I would like to see if once again that happened to me, because I haven't had an experience since way back when I was in my 20s. Store-bought pumpkin or the pumpkin patch? So I'm gonna say the pumpkin patch, because how much fun is going to the pumpkin patch and picking out your favorite pumpkin? The next one is your favorite fall scent. Now, I'm gonna kind of go with like candles. That's what I'm thinking, like how I would pick a scent. Because in the fall, I'm in the Northeast, everything is like dead, so there's really no smells. So I'm gonna go with a pumpkin spice, anything like kind of food infused, cinnamon, pumpkin, like vanilla and pumpkin, anything like that. I always burn stuff like that in my house, like a pumpkin maple. That all sounds so good to me right now. I think I'll be right back. I'm gonna go light a candle. Okay, I'll be right back. The next question is your favorite fall drink. So I'm kind of thinking, like, if you go out with friends, sometimes they have some really nice adult beverages that are quite delicious. However, I think I'm gonna stick with my favorite fall drink. You know what I'm gonna stick with is warm apple cider with a nice little cinnamon stick. That's pretty good. And I love apples anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be my pick, is the warm apple cider. The next question is your favorite holiday, Halloween or Thanksgiving? Let's see, you know what? Honestly, I've always been a Thanksgiving girl. I don't know why, I've just always loved Thanksgiving. Halloween's a blast, and when your kid's a little, it's super fun. You know, when you're a little, it's super fun. When you're older and you have to keep answering the door because everyone's trick-or-treating, I get lazy. So I'm gonna go with Thanksgiving because I absolutely love the food. I have some great memories of Thanksgiving. If no one knew this, I'm actually a vegetarian. I've been one since, like the beginning of time. I don't have anything to do with the turkey. My husband, he's the one that prepares the turkey. He's the one that stuffs the turkey. And I actually have a daughter. She's a vegetarian too. So like we cook the stuffing in like a different container in the oven. How exciting is that? But yeah, I'm gonna go with Thanksgiving. But this vegetarian does not eat the turkey. The next question is your most loved pumpkin-based food. Okay, so we obviously know, I'm not saying pumpkin pie, but my daughter works for Dunkin' Donuts, and believe it or not, they have the best pumpkin muffin ever there. Like, it's delicious. I think it's like 900 calories. It's out of control, but she'll bring them home to me, and guess what? I'm in love with them. They are so good. If you have a Dunkin' Donuts nearby, and in no way am I getting any stipend for saying Dunkin' Donuts, but they have a killer muffin there. I'm definitely gonna go with the Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin muffin. Next question is a corn maze or a haunted hayride. Well, guess what? I'm hopping on the hayride, okay? My brother-in-law planned one years ago. We had an absolute blast. It was actually a tractor that pulled it. We all hopped on. It was so much fun. We had like snacks and drinks, and we had blankets. I think there was even music playing, and they took us all down these trails in the woods. Oh my gosh, we had the best time ever. So I'm going to say, and then guess what? And then I don't have to be walking around trying to find, my way out of a maze. The next question is your favorite candy to eat on Halloween. Okay, so first of all, I absolutely love candy. I eat it all year long. So I'm trying to pick out a favorite Halloween candy. What? Let's see. Okay, so my all-time favorite, I'm gonna say, is I really love Nestle's Crunch Bars. I don't know, I've just loved those my whole life. I always remember when I was sick, my mother would bring home Nestle's Crunch Bar for me. So I'm probably gonna say Nestle's Crunch Bar, but I'm also kind of addicted to Kit Kats. I mean, honestly, I love all candy, but Those are probably my top two, and I do like Reese's. Pretty much I buy what I like for Halloween because yes, I do definitely snack on it. So I'm gonna say top choice, Nestle's Crunch Bar, Kit Kats, and then I'm hopping on to get some of those Reese's cups. Okay, so my next question was your favorite childhood memory of fall. I have so many good memories when I was a little kid. But you know what? I think that I'm going to pick, maybe many of you didn't know this, but I've been an equestrian my whole life. I always had horses, always had black horses too. I just love black animals. When my girlfriend, my best friend Gina and I, she had a Palomino and I had a black horse, and on some of like the cool, fall afternoons, we would go riding down through all the woods, through the leaves. The horse's feet would be kicking all the leaves up, and you didn't have to worry about mosquitoes and bugs. It was cool. We were just young girls, like giggling, laughing. I mean, I just was like the best time ever. But I have to say that was probably one of my best childhood memories. Okay, so the next question was your favorite Thanksgiving food. Well, this is probably going to be a weird one for everybody that I'm going to pick this. But I have to say that my all-time favorite Thanksgiving food ever, carrots. I know, is that not this weird? So I'm going to pick carrots as my favorite Thanksgiving food. And then I'd probably say the apple pie after, but yeah, definitely I'm gonna go with carrots. Next question is sweaters or scarves? That's super easy. I'm going to say sweaters. I absolutely love sweaters. I wear sweaters constantly. I have tons of sweaters everywhere. Scarves, yeah, they're cute and stuff. I don't know, I'm probably not really a scarf person except if it's freezing cold outside. So I'm definitely gonna stick with sweaters. Yeah, I have a million of them and I love sweaters. And if you watch some of my old videos, I'm sure you're gonna see me in a whole bunch of sweaters. So sweaters for this girl. Next question is wool socks or slippers? That's an easy one. I'm going with the slippers. I wear slippers all the time, and I think the wool socks are kind of itchy. So I think Brandi said the same thing. So I'm gonna stick with the slippers. I like all types of slippers, especially the ones with like the fuzzy stuff in them. Yeah, so no wool socks for this girl. I'm going with the slippers. Last questions, and I hope you made it this far with me. What is your favorite fall traditions? So I had to think about it because there's a lot. I'm gonna go with, wow. When my kids were little, loved going to the pumpkin patch. It was so fun. They used to let us walk out and we could pick up any type of pumpkins that we liked, and they would come around like a big cart and they'd tote them back to the front booth for you, but you could like go out there and just kind of walk around. There was farm animals. Also, one of my other favorite fall traditions is cutting open the pumpkin and taking all the seeds out. That was always so much fun. Actually, my daughter just mentioned that was one of her favorite fall traditions, and then kind of carving up the pumpkin. And then what we would do is we would roast the pumpkin seeds. Let's see, what else? There's just so many of them. I loved raking the leaves and having the kids all dive into them. That was something else that we always did. That was really fun. Obviously, I love making crafts, decorating. I love the smells. Look at the beautiful leaves changing colors. Actually, it wasn't anything that really cost any money. Everything was just kind of like a very natural, organic type of tradition. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the fall traditions. I'm sure there's a million more, but when you get to be this age, this doesn't work as quick. So I'm in front of a camera trying to come up with something. So I'll probably come up with a million of them once this video is done. But yeah, those are a few of my favorite fall traditions. I hope you made it to the end of this video, and now you know a little bit more about me and my fall lifestyle. I had so much fun. Thank you, Brandi, for tagging me. I had a blast, and now I need to tag 3 people. I will definitely link all 3 of these people below, so make sure you check them out. The first person I'm tagging is Coffee Breaks with Bree. Now, I'm a little favoritism on this one, I think, probably because she's my daughter and she has her own channel. The second tag is Julia, aka The Mug Life DIY. The third person that I'm tagging is Dina from Dina's Universe. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You know, I always have a blast when we hang out together. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, super easy. All you need to do is just click that little red subscribe button below. And if you'd like to be notified every time I upload a video, just click the little bell that's next to it. I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.